Let me start this video off by asking a very, very important question. Who are going to stop this Ajax team this season? Who's going to stop them? Because they're unstoppable. Coming through qualifying, yes, I said qualifying. They didn't even qualify directly for the Champions League group phase because they came in second in last season's Dutch Eredivisie behind PSV. They had to go through qualifying. They played Sturm Graz, Standard Liège, and Dynamo Kiev. Then in the Champions League group phase, they met Bayern Munich, Benfica, and Ajax Athens. Came second in the group, faced Real Madrid, lost the first leg at home, and then miraculously came back by spanking them 4-1 in the second leg. Met Juventus in the quarterfinal. First leg drawn, second leg they defeated Juventus to knock Cristiano Ronaldo and his team out of this season's Champions League, failing their whole Ronaldo project. De Ligt did that, and Van de Beek. Erik ten Hag did that. They made their way into the semi-final to face Spurs, who won versus my team Manchester City on the away goals rule after the tie finished 4-4. And tracking back to the Real Madrid fixture, I said I'm not going to doubt this Ajax team anymore this season. So, with that said, does it mean that I think this Ajax team are going to do what they did back in 1995 and go on to win the Champions League? Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Who's going to stop them? It's going to be one of Barcelona or Liverpool. Some may still think that Tottenham could do it. But right now, step aside Tottenham. Not good enough for this Ajax team. It's going to be one of Barcelona or Liverpool. Well played, man. 1-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Dishing out Tottenham's second loss in a row in their new stadium after they lost versus West Ham 1-0 on the weekend. This was courtesy of a 15-minute goal by Donny van de Beek, beautifully set up by Naresh Shona, Ziyech, all involved. Danny Rose as well, because he switched off in that play. What a freaking team. What a team. What a team. I was one of the people who doubted Ajax. I didn't even predict them to get out of this group. I did not predict them to get out of their group, I should say. In the round of 16 versus Real Madrid, I predicted them to lose the tie. And I'm like, nah, I can't keep doing this. Can't keep doing this. This Ajax team is doing something special this season. They're doing something special this season. And they have one foot into the final to face one of Liverpool or Barcelona. Let's talk about the game. Tottenham 0, Ajax 1. In this match, Mauricio Pochettino was left short-handed, handicapped, however you want to put it, with the absence of Heung-min Son through suspension and Harry Kane through a potential season-ending injury. Moussa Sissoko, one of their brightest spots this season, I can't believe I'm saying that, was on the bench, had a niggle, but Tottenham Hotspur was handicapped coming into this game. It was a tall task to get over this very, very, very spirited Ajax team. Pochettino went in with Lloris, 3 at the back in Vertonghen, Alderweireld, and Sanchez, who were all former Ajax players. He had a setup of a 3-5-2. We had 2 fullbacks in Danny Rose and Kieran Trippier, and a midfield of Ali, Eriksen, and Wanyama. Up top, there was Lucas Moura and Fernando Llorente. For Erik ten Hag, who has been absolutely phenomenal this season with Ajax, he started with Onana, 4 at the back in Veltman, Tagliafico, De Ligt, Blind. In the middle of the field, Shona, De Jong, Donny van de Beek, the goal scorer, and 3 up top in David Neres, Hakim Ziyech, and Dusan Tadic playing as a false 9. Note I said false 9. This proved to be the winning combination for Erik ten Hag. Mazraoui was available on the bench, but he chose to start with Veltman, and I can now see why, because Veltman was a thorn in the sides of the Tottenham players, especially Danny Rose. Ajax scored early in this game. They started off really well, bossed the possession early on in the game, and they looked really dangerous on the counter, and it paid off in the 15th minute when a ball by Neres was passed to Shona, who then gave it to Ziyech, who cut apart the Tottenham defense with a brilliant pass to find an unmarked Donny van de Beek. I don't know how no one was actually marking him. No one was marking Neres as well. Danny Rose, as you could see if you go back and watch the replay, he was sleeping. He stretched out a leg, but it was too late. Van de Beek was left in acres. He had so much time that he took a fake shot. Then he took his time and put it past Hugo Lloris, which proved to be the game's only goal, the winning goal. And Ajax were on their merry way. And when they scored first, I was like, ooh, that away goal, that very valuable away goal, they got it. They got it. They got the advantage. Going into the second leg, they got the advantage. All they needed to do was to either score more or just keep that score line. And they go into the second leg with the advantage at the Johan Cruyff Arena, where they have been playing really well this season. Ajax almost went 2-0 up 10 minutes late or so, when Shona, Tadic, Van de Beek linked up again. I really enjoyed that dummy by Van de Beek to just leave it to Tadic and run into space, got the ball back and forced a big save out of Hugo Lloris. If it wasn't for that save, Tottenham would have been reeling early on in the game. Tottenham did have their chances through set plays. First one, a Trippier free kick to Llorente. He put it over the crossbar. Very wasteful. And he knew he was wasteful there. And then a turning point in the game came in the 31st minute after Tagliafico fouled. Can't remember who he fouled, but he was very lucky not to get a red card there because it was a really rash tackle. He got a yellow card, which resulted in the free kick, which Eriksen took, and it resulted in Vertonghen's injury. It was a clash between goalkeeper Onana, Toby Alderweireld, and Jan Vertonghen. He came out on the worst end, got a busted nose and a concussion. We ultimately learned he got a concussion. They had to come on to clean him up. It took like 5 minutes. He went off, came back on. You could see the ref checking to make sure, are you okay? Everything okay? Because this is a head injury. He said he's okay. Came back on, did not even lasted a minute. Had to go back off. He had to be helped off. He was in really bad condition. I hope Vertonghen recovers really fast. I hope everything's okay. I hate to see these things. Moussa Sissoko came on. He came on, and with that, it meant more impetus in the middle of the field. It meant that Pochettino had to change up his formation, had to change his strategy. Tottenham did get another chance to an Eriksen free kick late in the half. Alderweireld got on the end of it, but he put it over the bar once again to sum up Tottenham's day. Wasteful whenever they had a chance. Very wasteful. I could remember Dele Alli getting behind a couple times and he just wasn't able to do anything at all with it. Sissoko even had a opening late in the half as well, which he bullet past the goalkeeper. And I knew Sissoko wouldn't score. He's not a goal scorer. He need to polish up his game a little bit more. Definitely not a goal scorer. But Ajax won the first half. Ajax definitely won the first half, and it looked like they could get more goals. The second half came, and Tottenham needed to get back into this game, and they really did. They really played well. They got back into the game. Ajax had their little moments, but it was Tottenham controlling the majority of the second half. Ten Hag took off Shona, brought on Mazraoui. And I think that was a really, really good move because Mazraoui is a faster player, could cover more ground, while Shona would have just, gone back and forth in the midfield. Mazraoui could help out in defense. He could, give impetus going forward. Tottenham were playing really, really well in the second half. Really, really well. One advantage they have over Ajax was in the air, winning the aerial balls. You could see with Llorente up top, Sissoko, they had the height advantage over Ajax in this game. But the defense of De Ligt and Blind, Frankie de Jong helping out, Veltman as well, Tagliafico, they did well to keep Tottenham at bay, to negate most of the threats they had coming forward. Ajax, after a subdued period, they woke up again. And this time, it was a counter-attack which just set Neres free and he hit the post. I was like, ooh, that was really, really close. That was a beautiful play. Sometimes the way Ajax plays, the opponent just have to stand still and watch. Because they play beautiful, beautiful, beautiful football. And that was another instance of it. At that point in the game, Pochettino knew that he wasn't going to get past this Ajax defense, and he made two big changes. He took off Danny Rose, who was having a very frustrating day at the office. He took off Trippier, who was okay. He brought on Davies and Foyt, fullback and centre back who could play right back for his two fullbacks. You see where they were struggling. They were struggling in the fullback positions. Neres and Ziyech just tormented these guys. And I really like the way Ziyech and Neres switch flank from time to time. It really, really worked like a charm in this game. Huntelaar came on for Ziyech, and the game just played out to, let's say, a dullish kind of end with just Tottenham trying to peg one back and Ajax just defending really, really well. Was like Tottenham coming up and Ajax was like, just get out of here. In the end, it proved to be a very, very equal game. Ajax played better football, but in the end, if you look at the stats, possession, everything, it was a game of two halves. Ajax with the better first half, Tottenham with the better second half. But I think Ajax should have won this game by at least 2-0. Tottenham will kick themselves because they should have scored at least one goal. They had the opportunities, but they were very, very, very toothless in their attacking third of the field. For the stats in this game, we had Tottenham with 12 shots at goal, 1 on target. Ajax with 10 shots at goal, 2 on target. So, see, Tottenham with 52% of the possession, Ajax with 48. 476 passes by Tottenham, 458 by Ajax. And they completed around 75% of their passes. 14 fouls each. So, when I said it was a game of two halves, it was a game of two halves. But ultimately, that 15th-minute goal by Danny van de Beek proved to be golden. It's on at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Tottenham are going to come back hard. It's not going to be easy for Ajax. Even though I predicted them to qualify for the finals, it's not going to be easy. Tottenham are going to come hard. Heung-min Son is going to be a game changer up top when he returns. I don't think Harry Kane will play. He was in the stands. I don't think he will be fit enough. But Llorente should drop to the bench. Son should come back. Moura and Son. Tottenham will play with more desperation. It could either work for them or it could go against them. But ultimately, I think Ajax would go on to the final. But Tottenham would not make it easy in the second leg. That's my thoughts on the game, guys. Really tired after a 12-hour workday, but I have to come and talk to you guys. It's a must. It's a must. I want to say congratulations to Ajax Amsterdam. They played really, really well. They have the advantage going into the second leg. Tottenham, I think, did not play their best football on the day. They could have scored, could have at least picked up a draw in this game, but they weren't good enough at all. Especially going forward. Weren't good enough. So, all the best to them in the second leg. Well played to Ajax, as I said. And may the best team win the tie. But I do think it will be Ajax. So guys, if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if I missed any big talking points. And until next time, I like to say thanks for watching. Peace out. Rich Squad.